and welcome back. In the next few videos, we're going to look at some examples of a personal narrative. And we're going to look at actually 3 versions of the same narrative. A bad version, a decent version, and a better version. And I'm going to use those examples to try to give you an idea of what makes a narrative good versus what makes a narrative boring. So let's look at the first example, the bad example. I woke up in the morning to the sound of my alarm. I yanked my phone from underneath my pillow and hit snooze. 10 minutes later, my alarm went off again, and this time I got up. I went to wash my hands and face. I walked down the stairs to have breakfast. I ate breakfast and changed out of my pajamas, then went to school. On my way to my first class, English, I stopped to say hello to a couple friends of mine. In class, the first assignment of the day was narrative writing. I did some brainstorming using what my teacher showed me. I decided on a topic. I got to work writing my first draft. The draft was decent. So, I'd like to ask you, do you see anything in this narrative that's wrong with it? Or rather, do you see anything that's not there to be seen, if that makes any sense? The narrative, the story, is missing a point. What's the point of this story? The reader might fairly ask, why are you telling me all this? Why should I be interested in what you did on this particular day? There's no clear point to the story. A point or a main idea could take the form, for instance, of an interesting challenge or problem for the narrator or speaker to overcome. But we have no such challenge being expressed here. It's just a boring description of actions. I woke up, I yanked my phone from under my pillow and hit snooze. I got up, I went to wash my face and hands, walked down the stairs, blah, 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 did some brainstorming in class, decided on a topic, got to work, the draft was decent. But where is the story going? It doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Another thing we might point out is that the language here is what we'll call neutral. In other words, there are no expressions of emotion or attitude here. We don't get a sense of the speaker's mood. You would expect in a personal narrative, which is a story about you, which is about the speaker, using the first person I, that the I of the story, the speaker, would have something to say about how they're feeling about everything that they're doing or what's going on in the story. But we don't have any of that here. And also, there's no interesting issue. What is the issue or the problem at hand? As you'll recall, most narratives, most stories, present a kind of challenge or a problem for the subject to overcome. But we don't see anything like that here. In the next video, we'll go over a better example, and I'll try to point out some features, some characteristics of that narrative that make it better than the one we just went over. So I'll see you in the next video.